Yeah, you said it was much ado about nothing, and it got me thinking, like, part of this controversy seems to be partly media-driven and partly driven by, like, sort of silly, not very sharp answers from the D-Trip chairman on this. Like, I don't know, because I kept reading his statement, and I was like, I can't tell if he's saying, like I obviously don't expect the D-Trip to go around funding in primaries, because they don't really fund in primaries anyway, like pro-life candidates, right? I was wondering if it was what Dan was saying, which is, say you get to the point in a general election where you have, an anti-choice Democrat and an anti-choice Republican, but the anti-choice Democrat's liberal on a whole bunch of other issues, and maybe even more liberal on choice, or more pro-choice than the Republican. Then, as Democrats, don't we want to support that candidate to make sure the Republican gets in, even though that candidate's not our best choice?
Yeah, and look, I think there is no doubt we have a number of dynamics at play right here. I think last weekend Dave Weigel published a piece in the Washington Post that basically was like, I'm a reporter, you guys have a media problem, right?
I thought the same
there is
thing.
no doubt that putting a little more thought in how these answers come out of the mouths of Democratic leaders right now would go a very, very long way. I think the fact that they haven't actually invested the time to think about how to answer these questions strategically and do some basic media training that, Weigel was saying, pivot, guys, pivot,
Yeah.
That's something to pay attention to, especially at a time where not only is your base activated around women's rights specifically, but also a Priorities USA poll showed that the drop-off voters that we need to win in 2018, for women, the two issues driving them to the polls in 2018 are health care and abortion rights. So the Democrats need these women to win, and these women need to know the Democrats have their backs.